Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's Noble Beer Reviews. Today I have another beer from High Branch Brewing Company out of Concord, North Carolina. This beer is called Double Boys, which is a double version of their Bring the Boys to the Bar. This is a double milkshake IPA with tangerines and vanilla beans. They didn't list on the description what hops are in this, so that I'm not sure. It is 8.5 ABV. So I'm generally kind of hit or miss on the milkshake IPA thing, but the regular version of this I actually think is a pretty good beer because it's not all muddled. It's still mostly just hops with like a little bit of a vanilla character. So I'm hoping this is the same way. We'll see. Hoping it's not like crazy sweet or anything like that. This one I have not heard anything about from anybody who's had it, so I'm going in this completely blind. Pours a pretty hazy, darker gold color with a really pretty small white head. Oh man, that smells like straight tangerines. Like not the citrusy character you get from hops. I mean, it smells like there's just a bowl of tangerines in front of me. I will say that I'm not getting like any vanilla at all, which for me is a good thing because I don't necessarily love a lot of vanilla in beer. I don't know, this, if you told me this wasn't beer, like if I just smelled this blindly, I would think it was like tangerine juice. I'm not kidding. That's pretty much all it smells like. So there's definitely vanilla in the flavor. It's kind of crazy. I can't believe that I didn't smell any vanilla for how much vanilla is in the taste, to be honest. Now that I can like go deeper into the glass, I do get it a little bit, but it's definitely way more tangerine than it is vanilla on the aroma. The flavor is very big and bright tangerine. Honestly, any IPA I've had that had like citrus fruits in it, basically tangerine, orange, that type of thing. This might be the most like fruit forward one I've ever had, where you can really taste the fruit, and it didn't just taste like I was getting that fruit flavor out of the hops. Because it's just straight tangerine. Like, it doesn't really have any, like, I wouldn't expect any dankness because I would assume they wouldn't use those types of hops in something like this. But I'm not even getting, like, any, like, green hop flavor at all. It's just straight tangerine and vanilla. It does have a pretty strong bitterness, but I some of it's definitely from the hops, but I think some of it honestly is just from the tangerine. Like it's almost a little rindy too. I guess for me these things are kind of a double-edged sword because if it just tastes like fruit and vanilla, then it doesn't really taste like beer. But then on the other end, if it doesn't taste much like either one of those things, then what's the point in what's the point of adding those things? So it's kind of a double-edged sword, I guess. And as far as what I think they were going for and what a lot of their audience probably wants. I think they executed this very well. Uh, excuse me. Is this necessarily what I want? Not really. Uh, I will say the other one that they did was it had the vanilla level, and this is probably about the same. So that's fine. You definitely taste it, but it's not like way overwhelming. But in this, it's just the fruit level is just like turned up to 11, and I wish it was just scaled back a little bit. And you got like some of that tangerine flavor, but then you got some other like just real earthy hop character, and then the vanilla with it. I think that would make it a lot more of a complex IPA, I guess. So that I will say for this one, I'm going to be. This is completely hedonistic, uh, and I'm just going off of my own personal thoughts. I'm gonna give this. I'm just gonna give this one a drink, because I just don't think that I would have a reason to buy this. Uh, it's just not really my thing, and it's it's just so fruited that there's not really much hop character to it. So I feel like I could just get like tangerine juice and add a vanilla bean and some vodka, and it would kind of taste like this. Uh, so again, that's not to say that they did a poor job of it. I think a lot of people that's what they want in a milkshake IPA. So I think High Branch, made this the way that this style is supposed to be made. Uh, it's just not really what I prefer, and I really don't have a reason to buy this again. The other one that they did, that one I think I gave a buy because for me it was still pretty hop forward, and it was a nice IPA with just a little bit of added flavoring to it. This is IPA is almost lost other than the bitterness, and it's just fruit and vanilla. I will say this is still more IPA than like the Cinderlands tart shake IPAs that literally have no hop flavor at all, and they're just kettle sours. This is definitely more IPA than that. So I'm not. It's not to that level, but it's still not. Having this doesn't fulfill my. If I had like an urge or a craving for a good hazy IPA, this would not really fulfill that craving. So I'm just gonna give it a drink for that reason. But it's still a really well made beer, and I think they did what they were intending to do. So. That's all I got on this one. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.